There was an outrageous story when a 17-year-old autistic girl who played girls' football, female football. You know what autistic people are, you know, they're very direct. So she comes up against this other female team and she's standing there before the game starts. And there's a bloke standing there, you know, I identify as a woman. Yes, you can identify as a woman if you like, mate, but that doesn't make you a woman. Now, as you know, all of us have to tiptoe around, oh yes, she is a woman because she identifies. We all have to tiptoe around all this claptrap. But this 17-year-old girl just looked at this bloke and went, you a man? And for that, there was a great hoo-ha about it, and for that, the poor girl had to be hauled in front of a kind of tribunal of the local league, I think it was up in the north somewhere, and was banned for 6 games for asking a man if he was a man. Now, so that's through the looking glass stuff. Well, you'll get, you know, and we sort of thought, well, the football authorities will see sense here. They won't do that again. They've done it again, haven't they? Yep. A second female footballer has been banned from playing for asking if a transgender opponent, I think there might have been a couple, I mean, what?
They asked the ref.
What's it called? Was it Transgender United or something? Anyway, so this girl has been banned as well. This has got to stop, hasn't it?
I was, as you know, so angry when I saw this story. I'm sick and tired of this. And in actual fact, I said yesterday, I put out a tweet that it's time for the Lionesses and other women footballers to stand up for these young girls who aspire to play football. But they don't want to play football against men. You know why? Because it's not fair and because they get injured. It's dangerous. And none of them, the old Gary Lineker who witters on about every waif and stray in the street that he wants us to take in our homes, but he can't defend women. The Lionesses, silent. It's not good enough. The FA has been completely captured by this rubbish and it's put in women. There are about 96 men playing in girl and women football leagues around the country. They're getting more knee injuries, the girls, than they've ever had before. You know why? Because men are stronger. They kick harder. They do damage. This is a disgrace. This young girl went to the ref and said, have you checked out the other team? I think they might have a man playing for them.
Yeah.
That's what she did.
Yeah, so this is, by the way, the November case, I forgot about the rather salient detail. The autistic girl, the 17-year-old girl, you know, I mean, I'm saying, oh, yeah, you know how direct they are, these autistic people. Well, it's a bit unfair to her, actually, because the female, the woman that she asked, are you a man? It's a fair question, really, because this woman, identifying as a woman, had a bloody beard.
Yes.
I mean, and then she gets banned for 6 weeks for asking a bloke with a beard if he was a man. And now it's happened again.
Do you know what? It would be funny if it wasn't so outrageous, Kevin. I'm so tired of this. You know, we've got an obesity crisis. We've got a situation where girls in schools do not participate in sport as much as they should. We've got them aspiring to the amazing Lionesses and wanting to play football. But now they have to accept that they might have to get changed in changing rooms with blokes with penises, and they might have to play against them and just pretend they're other girls. Women and girls are going to walk away from sport while these cheating men try and force their delusions on us.
And by the way, this, I'm just looking at the story now, this poor girl, she's got learning difficulties. She questioned, as you say, this is the new event. In fairness to the trans player, I think that the trans player didn't have a beard.
Oh, well.
I mean, this is comedy, isn't it? So this girl, she's got learning difficulties. She's been suspended for 6 matches because she went up to the referee and said, I think that player is a bloke. And indeed she was right. So what these people, the poor kids who are getting suspended, they're speaking the truth. They're just going, that's a bloke. And they're getting suspended. So they're getting suspended for telling the truth. As I say, this is Alice in Wonderland through the looking glass.
Where are the FA? Prince William is the president of the FA. Where is he? Would he like it if little Charlotte had to play against a man in her football match?
Exactly. And so you're calling on the Lionesses to make it. Why don't they make a stand?
Money.
Money, yes.
They don't want to lose their sponsorships with Nike and the rest. Well, do you know what? If they all stood up together, they wouldn't lose their sponsorships. And what we would do is we would get men out of women's sport, and that's what needs to happen.
Yeah. I mean, why do they want to play in a women's team anyway?
Because they're no good for the blokes.
They're rubbish. They're rubbish. Like the swimmers and the runners. Can't beat the blokes. I know. I'll pretend I'm a woman. Then I'll beat the women.
Part of it's also misogynistic because the bloke with a beard knows that he's a bloke, showing the world that he's a bloke because he has a beard, and only men grow beards. So that's actually an insult to women. It's saying, don't challenge me. Yes, I'm a bloke, but don't you dare say it.
Yeah, exactly right. And I mean, as I say, it's just got to stop. Haven't the International Olympic Committee finally said that there won't be any more trans athletes competing against
no, not yet.
biological women, real women?
They're still saying they're leaving it to the individual sporting bodies, and that's the problem.
You're not allowed to say that, are you? You're not allowed to say that it's biological women. You could say real women. You're not allowed to say that, though.
Well, I do.
That's transphobic.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that made-up word.
So when a bloke puts a dress on and identifies as a woman, they're a woman. Well, they're not, are they? They're a pretend woman, right?
Would I be allowed to identify as disabled and go into the Paralympics?
It's no doubt coming. I mean, you know, the guy with the beard playing women's football, he'll probably give it a go.
You know,
probably put a bandage on his leg and say, hey.
Could a man identify as a toddler and go to nursery? Where's it going to end?
The good thing about it is, I mean, we haven't got the memo yet, but Donald Trump is driving a freight train through this crap, isn't he?
I hope so, but he's going to have a lot of challenges in the courts.
Yeah. I don't, you know, he's saying that from now on women's sports will be fair. I mean, you know...
It's really easy to make it fair. You just let women play women and men play men.
Yeah, exactly. Even in the American courts, I think that case will win. You know, but we need more Donald Trumps to start talking straight about this, don't we? We need more Donald Trumps in many, many ways. He's talking about... Have you seen what he's saying about the Washington air crash? He's saying it's because the Federal Aviation Authority in America has had a policy of hiring people because of their disabilities as opposed to their abilities.
Well, I told you I listened to a podcast on this about a year ago from Matt Walsh, where he showed some really amazing data where since they introduced DEI into those departments, near misses with aircraft have gone in the other direction, massively high. And he said that is purely because we're employing people who are not up to a very difficult job, and air traffic control is a very difficult job.
Yeah, look, when it comes to air traffic control, I mean, I don't really care about diversity anyway, but, you know, in lots of offices and God knows what, you want to have diversity policies, go for it. I don't know. Yeah, you know, the thing about diversity is originally it was a good idea. It was aimed at giving people of colour, disabled people, etc., a fair crack of the whip, even playing field. But we've turned it round, overcompensated to the extent now that if you're a sort of white, middle-class, middle-aged, completely able bloke, you've got no chance of getting a job anywhere. I mean, you really are a kind of oppressed minority.
I applied for a job recently and said I was a lesbian because I thought it might give me more of a chance.
Got it then,
and I still didn't get it because I was still white and middle class.
Well, you know,
but you know what? Everybody wants equality of opportunity. I really did. It was actually with the GMC. I'll just throw that out there.
They couldn't really prove that wasn't true, could they?
But we all want equality of opportunity. Of course we do. What we don't want is equality of outcome because that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Give everybody the same chance.
Yeah. No, well, exactly. That's what it's about. But
not at football.
But the balance has been grotesquely twisted.
Grotesquely.
So that now, you know, the playing field isn't equal. And according to Donald Trump and his deputy, his Vice President J.D. Vance, in the very crucial area of air traffic control, the uneven playing field has resulted in a load of people who are not best qualified for the job, but they're disabled. Or he said apparently one of the things is intellectually disabled, so in other words, cerebrally challenged.
It's a really hard job.
You don't want people to be, you know, so as I say, I'm suspicious about it generally, but you know, I'll accept it in, you know, I don't know, accounts departments or whatever.
But you know, we've done.
But in air traffic control, I don't give a damn. I want the best person in that job. If that person happens to have one leg, fine. But that must not be a consideration for air traffic controllers.
But also think about the police. You used to have to be 6 foot and slim. Now you can be 2 foot tall and look like an apple on legs, and that's okay. You couldn't chase anything.
Exactly.